Greetings to all the LGBT entrepreneurs out there. Welcome to Coming Out Black's 31 Days to Business Startup. Day 22, social media engagement. Can I be honest with y'all? The thought of social media engagement, oh my God, for many years it drove me bonkers. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. And it's so funny. I'm not really I still have a kind of a love-hate relationship with social media. And some days I'm good with it and some days I'm not. And the reality situation is that I know good and well, and I've finally accepted that I need to outsource and hire me a virtual assistant to handle my social media because while I'm all right, yeah. And I know a lot of you probably experience that with me because, sometimes I'm engaging with you and then sometimes I'm not. I feel I'm like missing an action or I do disappearing acts and I don't really mean to do that. I mean, I want to do more social media, but I need to be honest. I feel like a junkie when I'm doing social media. Like I can't I go in and then I can't pull myself away. So anyways, however, I do want to teach you guys the importance of social media engagement because it is important to our business and it's just the world that we live in now, right? And social media engagement, let's just be honest, like it totally brings people to your business. But there's just so much out there and it also is time consuming and it sucks the life force out of you sometimes, but it also can be highly beneficial to your business. Great for advertising, great for marketing, but I'm not gonna lie, it drives me a little bunkalicious. So I'm gonna share a little bit with you my story about social media, and then so first what happened was I started, with like email. I started with email, a Google email for Coming Out Black, right? And so with that, I mean, that wasn't true when I opened up that email many years ago. But, what came with that was like Blogger. Now, it comes with YouTube, and all these other things. I mean, over the years, Gmail has grown in terms of its capacity and the additional elements that they offer you. And then I just did, or Google Plus, like Google Plus is another thing. And then I did Facebook and Twitter. And I totally was god awful with all that stuff. I just set it up and it was there and people befriended me and liked me and I was like, okay. And I knew that I needed to learn more and I did. I took a lot of different classes. I listened to a lot of YouTube videos, and tried to understand more and tried to get into it. And my kids were totally into it. And I don't know. I just was like, I was for many years, I was very disconnected, didn't really understand. And it finally grew on me. And so now I'm a little bit better. But I will tell you the thing that tipped me over the edge. I did a video back in 2011 called 50 Black Gay Men You Should Know. And it's showing on the screen here. And you'll see that I got over 500,000 views. That's when I was like, oh my goodness. Social media is real and this stuff really works. You know what I mean? It was like, I was like, oh. So it was my tipping point. And that's when I was like, okay, obviously I'm doing something that may be interesting to people and that people maybe want to connect with me on. But then also I could see like it had the potential to, reach 500,000 people. What? That was so insane. And I remember early on, like when I first put the video up, like after like a couple of months, my son came to me and he was like, man, you got 100K views. And I was like, 100? I was like, okay, that's cool. I wanted like 5 or 10, 20. I was like, 100 people, that's cool. He's like, no, mom, 100K. I'm like, boy, quit playing. And I ignored him. I completely ignored him. And then 6 months later, he came back and he said, man, mama, you got like 300K. And I'm like, boy, quit playing. You know what I mean? I thought 300. I'm like, okay, 300 people got to see my video. I feel good. Yeah. He's like, no, mama, 300,000. I was like, no, boo, you lying. And I ignored him again. And then it was until like, maybe it was like about 9 months later, he grabbed me by the head and he put my... and he forced me to look at the screen and I had like over 400,000 views. And so he wanted me to see for myself, like, mom, look. And so that's really when things started to change for me and I really understood social media and I understood the power and the reach that it has. And so I'll tell you right now, there's all different kinds of social media outlets. And I think it's different for each business, what works and what doesn't work. I think for me, some of the ones that I use is definitely Google Plus. I use Tumblr, not very well. LinkedIn, which I'm trying to grow now that I'm like focused on this kind of business aspect. I'm doing more LinkedIn, which I'm not doing very well either, but I'm working on it. And then I've always done Facebook and Twitter, and then Pinterest. And I like Pinterest, although I don't know, I'm still working on it. And then YouTube. Of course, YouTube has been the biggest driver of traffic to my website out of all the things that I've done. Um, and so I think it really depends on your business, and it depends on your following, and it depends on your customers and your clients. I think for me that the shift has happened, particularly in the last year and a half, that Twitter is where I'm getting a lot of people coming to my website. I'm not getting people I'm getting a lot of people to like retweet things, and as a result people come visit the website, but I'm not getting a lot of people to become a follower on Twitter. But I know when I look at my Google Analytics, it's showing that Twitter is this driving force of new unique visitors, but I don't know. So anyway, so I say all that to say that social media engagement is important. It's a way to kind of reach your potential client, your ideal customer. And I think what you need to do is just kind of play with it, practice, figure out what works, what doesn't work. And more than anything, this is what I've learned about social media, is that it takes time. Give it time to grow. Give it time to show itself, so you can figure out which methodology or which forms work best for you and your business. So I hope that has been helpful, family. Thank you so much for joining me. Visit my website at www.comingoutblack.com. And don't forget, in September, we're going to open up the Business Academy. Oh yeah, oh yes we are, where we're going to be providing online professional business development, training, and one-on-one business coaching. So once again, thank you, family. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you again. Peace and love.